Silent of goal! Late Widow's doing it! They're gonna take it! He's gonna bring down Bernie! Almost with a double kill! Dropping fast! Monopoint's there! He's still alive! Wait, Oshek is late! He's got one side! He's got a second! He's taking it up! They're overtime! On three! They're all dead!
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Summit 2 by G2A.com. We're in the European Division. We are in day number 13 and we just witnessed two best of ones. The most recent, Navi, being able to come back and take out Moscow 5. Now in a matchup we're going to see Compass Gaming return from their first game loss and take out, or try to take out, Team Empire, who have looked pretty damn good as of recent and looking to bounce back. With me as always, or at least for this cast today, it's going to be Gods. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. Looking forward to seeing Empire play. They've been doing well. They've got a roster which, I mean, a lot of individual talent, and they've gelled and meshed well. Like, had some great team coordination in the past, even with since Mag left the team. So, in theory, this is a team that should be performing, getting good results.
Still top contenders. Definitely a spot for them in the top 4 if they can be able to secure that for themselves. But as far as records go, for Empire right now, they had a struggling start. They're 2-4, so they desperately need to pull some wins together to get themselves back into the one. But you can almost say the same for Compass Gaming, who are at 3-4. So both teams still kind of fight it out, have plenty of games ahead of them as they want to be able to secure a spot up on top of those charts, or at least into some sort of tiebreaker position. So with that said, the draft's at hand. Empire, they grab a hold of the Viper Witch Doctor, and on the side of Compass Gaming, they get a hold of Mr. Ogre McGee, Ogre Magi support, I would imagine, and Bat Rider. And with that Bat Rider grab, Team Empire quickly grab up the Wisp, one of the better heroes at being able to step back from any sort of lasso contention.
Yeah, and maybe seeing what happened earlier today with the Wisp PA game against Compass Gaming, just seeing how strong these mid-duel lanes can be. Yeah. So there's so many different heroes you can partner with a Wisp. So even when you see it's not like, oh, we got to ban at the Tiny or this or that, because there's the PA, there's whatever else you may want to run.
Yeah, a gyrocopter, which, hey, I mean, Empire love their gyrocopters, so I wouldn't put it past them to get it, and I wouldn't even be surprised if Compass Gaming reserve a ban just for it if Empire don't just grab it flat out. But adding to that Wisp already, they have the Witch Doctor, which has, you know, added benefit from this the stun, but his Voodoo Restoration, which is so good as it is, you put that together, Wisp, he's handing off that extra bit of regen to his primary core target, and I really like the synergy early on here from Team Empire.
And just, I think what teams always considering about like supports or just heroes that scale well to the late game. Like 45-minute plus games becoming so common now. Witch Doctor with an Ag Scepter suddenly can have huge damage upward in those late game team fights. So that's always a consideration when kind of picking up heroes nowadays.
Absolutely. And for now, this could still be a Wisp partnered in a mid lane with that potential mid grab. Could be gyrocopters before. Viper could then be shoved off into the side lane, partnered with the Witch Doctor. Off lane potential with the Bat Rider on the side of Compass Gaming. I mean, you still have your favorable Tide Hunter and Centaur in the pool, both who can really contribute a lot as far as initiation. Stampede could work pretty nicely to add even more global presence to a global lineup that could be coming out with this Wisp grab. Compass Gaming, though, they fire back. They get a hold of Bane here, which just talking a bit, or at least from what I heard through the Star Ladder run, Bane, man, is quickly becoming one of the better supports on zoning back and off laner. I mean, he offers so much as it is with harassment, both offensively and defensively. And just the sleep to be on top could really put a bit of a hinder in any sort of heavy aggression Team Empire want to go with.
Yeah, it's going to be the Wisp PA, which is aggression. Like it's PA
nice.
Is a carry, but no, this hero early game in the laning stage will just jump on top of you, the Blink Strike, slows with the Stifling Dagger, and your mid-hero is in for a world of pain. So Compass are going to at least know what's coming their way, and they haven't picked up their mid-hero, haven't picked up their carry, so they can either plan to run their supports roaming help at the mid, pick a mid who's pretty resilient against a dual lane. Not that I'm too sure what that's going to be.
Yeah, Bane could hang around the mid lane as well, of course, and act as a duel for whoever may be. Earthshaker, wide range, good stun to work with, but
like farming Ogre now. It's kind of got to be. I think this Ogre is maybe going to be solo mid.
I mean, it's either that or Bat Rider mid.
Yeah, and then the
I
Ogre.
don't know if how long they can get a lot done. I mean, Bat Rider has high mobility, but Ogre's tough. He's got literally thick skin in case there is going to be aggression coming his way, which I would imagine from the side of PA and Wisp. he's got to know he would be going up against that. But
Reserve time.
maybe they're going to bank on the fact of running Ogre with Bane close by just in case. Keep Bat right in the off lane, and Earthshaker just kind of acts as a roaming support to aid about this 5th pick.
Yeah, I don't know if Bat does enough mid, and I don't think he's actually very... I don't think his survivability is actually that good against the Wisp PA. Like, sure, you can Firefly,
Radiant
but
team
you get slowed so much by the Stifling Dagger, and you've got the gap close of the Blink Strike that I think
Yeah.
the Firefly doesn't actually help you survive too much against this dual lane. So
And I guess they might have to go for meatiness then with just the Ogre
yeah.
grab. Unless they throw Ogre in a different core spot.
Earthshaker
and
could
they
be a
reserve
core, and
this.
you could still run the Ogre
10
support. Like, we've seen
seconds
some teams
remaining.
run the mid Earthshaker, and I'd say Earthshaker with Totem as well as
5
Fissure. Like,
seconds
you've got
remaining.
2 stuns, which could hit a... Like, you get, like, some points in your passive. The Totem starts actually stunning the PA when she blinks on you. But
Team Empire's turn to
Compass's last pick has to be some good right-clicking carry. Like, they have no
Yeah.
late-game potential.
Yeah.
They have no pushing
They
power.
have a lot of meat.
They need, like, that
But-
Luna-type hero for this last pick of theirs.
Man, Luna, we haven't seen her in a long, long time. And we'll see if they can bring something together like that. Medusa was banned out, which is one of Compass Gaming's whole tried and true like late game potentials, but not going to be there regardless. I
10
mean, there's still
seconds
other stuff still in
remaining.
the pool. I mean, Naga, Spectre is still a grab that can be beneficial
Yeah.
globally
5
if they want to
seconds
fall on something like
remaining.
that. Empire need, I imagine, some sort of meat offlaner. I mean, Centaur's still in the pool
Reserve
available if they want to go for something like that, but they could also get something that could benefit PA even further. Normally you see something like a Magnus or having an Ogre on your side, being able to add a little bit of extra punch to PA, but I don't know how valuable like an offlane Magnus could be.
Centaur's definitely good. The Stampede's less useful because of the sheer raw amount of disable on the Compass team.
Mm-hmm.
So I think having some kind of a BKB buyer, I guess Centaur can get eventually. I think Doom as an offlane is quite strong because you can Doom. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's not like there's one target you want to Doom, but even Dooming an Ogre,
Yeah.
a Bane, whoever it may be, can help you out.
If
and
they
then
knew
Doom
it was
can go BKB.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, if they knew already Compass Gamer were going to go with a melee core, they could do something like a Darkseer, which we don't see a
Yeah.
whole lot from, and he has big teamfight potential. Ion Shell could benefit PA, but it's going to be a Beastmaster.
Radiant team
Beastmaster
pick.
offlane? The only time we see Beastmaster
guess.
recently is team like EG pulling it up into the 4 position.
Yeah.
When you know like there's a primed BKB core on the other side, you could just simply throw out that stun, lock them all in place, spread everyone else apart, and that could really hinder the duration of the BKB for that core. But I guess the extra bit of map vision being out there, the constant scouting of the wards could add a bit of aggression and opportunities to open up with a relocate. But
I think that's
10
really all
seconds
Beastmaster brings to the
remaining.
table. Like that makes
Yeah.
him that makes him better or different from like a Centaur or a
5
Doom is
seconds
the Hawk
remaining.
Vision, because he's a pretty weak offlaner. Can't really get experience or do too much in lane too well. And Raw's a good spell, but it's like no better really than something like a Centaur or Hoofstomp, which has got a much shorter cooldown. It's spammable. It can be used multiple times in a fight. So
Wraith
I-
King. Wraith King.
I
So
don't know if that's
a
the carry
lot
that
of
works here.
fatness. I mean, this is a Wraith King being picked into a Viper,
Yeah,
which
it's-
is very scary.
I think Compass want to kind of snowball here because they've got
I mean, that's putting a lot in the snowball bandwagon right
they've
now.
got 5 heroes with great lockdown. Like their stuns in lockdown is phenomenal. Like every hero brings at least one, often 2 disables.
Like
to
trying
the
to
team.
battle back this PA with his own bit of crit and hit, and hoping that 2 lives is going to be enough to take down the 1 life of PA. But with a Wisp constantly by her side, it's going to prove to be tricky. And Wisp himself is a fast little
10
freak.
seconds
So Wraith King
remaining.
getting a hold of him is going to be hard. If he even tries to pull together a
5
BKB to
seconds
avoid any extra
remaining.
stun lockdown from like a Witch Doctor, let's say, Beastmaster would be right there with his ultimate ready to go. I'm a little nervous here. Even a pesky little boar could be troublesome for a Wraith King, so I'm a bit nervous for the lineup here from Compass Gaming, who are banking on a big snowball factor, while Empire have put together a pretty respectable lineup, Beastmaster being the one that kind of raises my brow a bit, so I'm curious to see how Yoki can bring to the offlane with this BM. They used to be able to benefit a lot from the old Ancient spot where he could just simply like throw out the axes, get them stacked, and then farm them up later, which is something they could still go for. I mean, I believe there's a reasonable
the new
range here
one's
to make it
even
happen.
Better. I think
Yeah.
it's even better now as far as stacking from the high ground goes.
He could probably do that and fall back on those just in case, the same way a Tide
Yeah.
would. If he has a rough time, he can always go Anchor Smash Ancients. It almost might be even easier for a Beastmaster, so
Yeah.
that might be
Well,
something to go
he'll
for.
need to go for like a fast bottle to sustain the mana there. I guess Soaring's another option, but bottle generally better because you've got the rune guarantee and you don't take as much damage. So we'll see how it works out. I think they really just like the Tide was banned out. Otherwise, like there's no reason to pick Beastmaster over the Tide. So with Tide banned out, I think they just
It's like
decided
a
they
poor
wanted
man's Tide Hunter, I guess. If he does manage to
Yeah.
bring in the side farm and a Blink Dagger, he can be the initiator that they couldn't grab from Tide. And be able to just keep the crowd control and keep the pace and allow kind of PA to sneak in there, find her quick hit and runs and get the job done. And for the side of Compass Gaming, putting a lot behind His Royal Majesty now, the Wraith King. Flexible hero as it is, he's really banking on, if he doesn't somehow throw together a Blink for himself, he's really hoping that the Bat Rider is going to be the one to kind of serve up his potential meal
Yeah,
as far as initiation.
I think some like Midas Blink kind of build from Wraith King is quite likely this game. Speaking of KPG though, it's Alpha Ninja on the Earthshaker. He's normally in the mid lane, or he was earlier today when we saw him. So this could be
Oh, you're
the mid
right.
Earthshaker.
Does he have items already? Let's see. It might have been too quick to see. Come on,
No,
I
I
can't
don't-
click on him. Freaking!
I don't see
come on.
anyone with
The heck?
items. Beastmaster, some Empire bought quickly. KPG less fast on the snap. This I think the Earthshaker mid against the PA Wisp is actually probably one of their stronger mids because you've got 2 good stuns to deal with it. Once you have a couple points in
Yeah.
Aftershock, we may just see like the level 1 Fissure and then max Totem plus Aftershock, and like you go on the Earthshaker, suddenly you take a Totem, you take a Fissure, he can escape and buy
Yeah.
time for teammates to rotate in.
And I don't know if Witch Doctor's going to be looking to roam about a whole lot. I think he might
Yeah.
just end up lingering on the side a bit. Wisp is going to be busy, you know, obviously aiding the PA in the mid lane, probably eventually stepping off to the jungle, building a little bit of respectable farm there. I mean, that's something else Beastmaster could get a hold of if things don't go well. Wisp fantastic at being able to stack up the jungle, especially on a dire side. Could benefit them significantly. But we are able to head back and underway as the pause will be lifted. We are in game number 3 of 6 best of ones for you today. It's the Summit 2 by G2A.com, and we're in the European division now. And I'll go ahead and lean things off for this game matchup. It's going to be Compass Gaming on your Radiant side, going already up to the top lane. We got Gorek, who's going to be playing your Bat Rider. Mid lane, indeed, Afo Ninja playing a core-positioned Earthshaker. He does only have 2 shared tangos, so not a whole lot of regen. He's just banking on getting a hold of a bottle pretty damn quick. Bottom lane, it's got him, or goddamn. He's going to be playing your Bane support. Going to try to zone back that offlaner with the ability to just do hefty right-click, the sleep, and of course the brain sap to fall back on should be pretty nice. Arts is going to be playing your carry Wraith King, as well as it will be Dread playing your Ogre Magi.
Alrighty. Well, for the dire side, it's Team
30
Empire. We've got in the
seconds to
offlane
battle.
Beastmaster being played by Yoki. Put down a ward and chopped off some trees to get things started. Over in the mid lane, it looks like we'll be seeing the Wisp PA combo. Resolution on the Phantom Assassin. Wisp in the hands of Solo. Already cut down the neutral trees as well to help out with the double stacks. We've got Always Want to Fly on the Witch Doctor. And Silent, the kind of carry play for this team on the Viper, although probably a bit more farm allocation maybe headed PA's direction as far as this game is concerned.
Yeah, Silent can certainly find the farm if needed.
The
And
battle
Solo, it looks like they shift the
begins.
roles, quite a bit. Solo has also frequently been known to run as an off lane as well, picking up recent heroes like a Darkseer, putting in the work there. So flexible team nonetheless, looking to get it done. It is going to be a quick rune grabbed up. Solo is also rushing for his bottle with no items invested, just going right for the 700 gold bottle grab on that Wisp, which is not too much of a surprise. This hero just benefits so much from the bottle as it is, and now with the extra rune that pops up in this patch, and I gotta say, I know you've been gone for quite a while. I think the rune change is probably one of the best things that's happened to Dota. It creates so much action and high tension between games, and as a spectator and as a caster, I love it.
I really like it too. I remember the first time when people were talking about double runes, I really didn't like the idea because of the random factor with like haste runes and all these other like invis runes, but the fact they made the second rune always a bounty rune was a really clever way to avoid that problem, because I think having some RNG where if you get that early haste rune, we've seen big plays like Arteezy at Starlight, he gets a haste rune then suddenly gets a double kill on a Dragon Knight. Like that kind of RNG sometimes happens, but if both runes are normal runes, that would just get ridiculous. But
Absolutely.
yeah, the double rune's really cool.
Love it to death. Earthshaker, now they see him only having the 1 shared tango left and available with cooldown. They're just going to harass him. They might even, he got way too greedy right there. He might be dead.
Yeah.
He is dead.
And
Wow,
he's got
getting
no
a
money for a TP, so...
Afo Ninja getting a little too aggressive there with little regen to work with. It's just easy pickings right there for Empire. They see he doesn't have anything, and he just gets a little too close, and they take him down just like that. And now he has to do that walk of shame all the way back to mid lane.
I don't know if going for the bottle rush against this Wisp PA lane's the best. I think you maybe want to go for a stout shield because the right clicks are going to be coming in. Even a fast magic stick I think is quite good here, but
This
I don't
Bane
know. It's
really
tough.
trying to zone back this BM, even from the rune now. That's going to be popping up in 10 seconds, and this is what makes Bane so good as a support. Just he gets too much in trouble, or if he wants to keep him back, he'll just throw out an occasional sleep, but he actually put a level in the brain sap early on. 2-minute rune pops up, he just quickly snags up that bounty, and he's happy to go toe-to-toe. He has the benefit of that brain sap available.
I don't think Yoki realizes he's got brain sap, not nightmare, but
he's trying to right-click him down, and
go down or back off. Yeah, I guess he wants to maybe conserve his mana, but
yeah.
he hasn't
back to
even got
lane.
full mana as we
If
speak.
he had sleep, it'd be a bit of an easier time for him, but he'll just go back and try to get a hold of that XP.
What's Dread doing? He's got no backup.
So Dread is, you know, running his support ogre here. You know, he's very big and beefy, but even against the likes of a Viper, yeah, it's going to be troublesome. He'll have a hard time getting away. Just melees typically always have a hard time against the Viper, who's just as durable and able to dish out the heavy damage. And with Witch Doctor lingering nearby as a babysitter, Silent's going to have a pretty good time finding CS. He's 12-3 right now. Your King CS, however, does belong to the Wraith King, where that Bane has been creating all the space. He's bringing in 17 and 8 CS, and he could be in the early makings of a Midas here.
Yeah, keep an eye on mid lane. Whispers picked up Dust just to counter this Invis rune. Just came back from base.
Which he uses now.
So I don't think it's going to work now, because he was just... If they went on him and then he tried to pop the Invis to save his life, it could work, but he's just using this Invis rune to reach... Well, basically so he can use his bottle charges, which he needs.
Bane actually levels up Enfeeble on his second level and is just right-clicking down Yoki, who's able to not dish off any damage. Puts him down to measly 33 right-click, which
they're playing this
happy to
lane
do
very
it.
passively. Wraith King's trying to rush a Midas, so he's not even going to pick up boots. So without boots, you can't really get kills
involved,
on Beastmaster.
yeah.
So I think Bane's only going for this build because of the fact that Wraith King's not going for like the fast tread. If you go fast tread, you definitely want to
Who's
get
coming in from behind him. Wisp does make appearance to the top, but tethers all the way up to the high ground, not near Bat, who had already pulled back. So nothing's going to really come out of this for now, as Soil makes a brief appearance in this top lane. Now, as far as stacks in the jungle, he has no stacks built up yet whatsoever. So
Yeah, a bit surprising.
he's actually getting busy, you know, trying to
Kept
help things
occupied.
out in mid lane. Continuing to add pressure on that Earthshaker, I suppose, give him as much of a hard time as possible. So, because their bottom lane's having a little bit of trouble. Now there's a Fisher. He's finding what he can with the just few CS of that. Has pulled him up to 11-1. Meanwhile, bottom lane, they're pushing towards Yoki here, who's very, very low with Dread coming in and aiding. It's just a quick snag right there, and it will be got him, who grabs the kill. Goddamn, got him.
Hearts on the Wraith King didn't even have to... I mean, he didn't even move a muscle. He just kept lasting the entire time. He started to move away from the creep wave, and he's like, nah, I'm not needed. I'll just keep farming. So he's got his Midas recipe coming out now.
This is quick. This could be a 5-minute Midas if he throws together a few last hits right here. So a nice early start to build up, because he has a tough task ahead of him here if he wants to be able to battle out with a PA in the late game. Already going against a Viper. He's going to need a lot of early farm to be able to snowball to a point where it's going to be hard to take him down.
Yeah. The Midas as well helps transition to late game. I think he's still going to be going for those blink type items.
Yes. He needs the mobility, I think, more than ever in this kind of game. Especially when you got relocates coming your way, and that Viper is just going to get ridiculous. Now, Afro Ninja going to a bit of a skirmish here with Resolution. Now, Wisp is hanging back and behind. He can always tether in, and maybe they're thinking they could bait Resolution a bit into a bit of a tift, but that brings Afro Ninja down to half-life. He's forced to use one of his tangos. He still does have a haste, though, and that's pretty much a free get-out-of-jail card for your mid laner. In case that there is pressure coming your way, you could just pop that haste to get on out if there's not enough lockdown.
He's going top for a gank here. Walks past an Observer Ward, so always on a fly. Sees him coming.
Sees him shift backed.
Yeah.
And that might give him the information that, like, okay, I can't go for top. Maybe I head back to mid lane.
And Afro Ninja's doing really well. I think the big mistake Empire's making is they're letting him get runes. He got the Invis rune at 2 minutes. He got the haste at 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Both these runes...
With the Wisp as well, you should be
Yeah.
really on these runes.
That's where Beastmaster did get zoned out from the bottom rune because of the Bane, which has been the main problem there. So they haven't been able to secure double runes on Empire's side.
He's
Mid lane
currently
now.
getting this Bane. He's like a pain in my ass here.
They're going on him under the tower. Here comes the Ogre return gank in mid. Afro Ninja almost gets the kill on Resolution there. He got some big enchant totem hits, and Dread showed up with a Fire Blast under the tower. Resolution lived on like 100 HP. And
Oh, look, got him as still was in a tiff with Yoki, and Yoki's like, I just baited you in through the longest fight that ended up getting you killed, and now Dread shows up. Fire Blast. Fortunately, no multicast available yet, him being only level 3, as Resolution just kind of takes it on the chin and will pull back. But, I mean, during that whole skirmish underneath the tower, it was Bane and Yoki going toe-to-toe by the rune spot, weighing it out for the 6 minutes, and he delayed him long enough for after the aftermath was done. They just creeped on down there and finished off Bane.
Well, Afro Ninja gets himself his 3rd rune in a row. So DD this time, not exactly the best rune to be having when you're kind of worried about dying
It's
to
a
the skill lane.
big enchant totem hit, I guess, if he gets it off. But
this is why you want the Haster Invis.
Radiant's top
yeah,
tower
once again,
is
getting
under
caught
attack.
going a little too far in
Defend and
for some CS, while Solo is just constantly lurking in the shadows. He will hop out of the rafters if necessary to get in there. And even Always Want to Fly partaking with that cask certainly helps out a bit. And I was a bit nervous during the draft time if Witch Doctor was to get involved with any sort of early rotations, Earthshaker could get caught out easily. And, well, there you have it. Meanwhile, Gorak going to pull back from that top off lane and now moves himself into the jungle. He has a quota to meet and get a hold of a Blink Dagger, and it doesn't look like he's very close, only with 200 gold after getting Boots and Bottle. He's not having the best time. He's 6-0.
He's not, but look at this Beastmaster. He's level 2 still. He's he just snuck his
Zero
way to some
CS.
trees, so he can now get...
Putting himself into a
Okay.
EXP pit.
Yeah, this is just going to be Leech XP, because he can't really Ancients. They've been blocked up by an Observer Ward. There is still the one Ancients there, but this Observer Ward has been just like, let's destroy this Beastmaster.
And without stacks coming in the jungle, which it looks like Always Want to Fly is like, okay, we need to get something here for someone to fall back on and farm. If it's going to be our BM, so be it, but...
They may figure out that he's here. Arts is looking. Because if you check the scoreboard, you can check what level these heroes are. He checked the little...
If he gains a
deep
level,
spot.
which
Yeah.
he went from 2 to 3, he's like, he's nearby somewhere.
I
Finding
think
levels.
The way Arts moved there to check the secret shop deep in the the tree spot made me think that they saw that he leveled up. Unfortunately, they're pinging it now. Batrider just pinged all over these trees. They know where Yoki is, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I would...
Well, I mean, they don't know where he is, but they have a
figure he's in the
very good
jungle,
idea.
but they're like, no, I don't think he's in the jungle.
They're not...
Oh, he's
Godam's
creeping in from
kind of
behind.
surging here.
Hi, how you doing? Yoki moves in, but I don't think he knows that Bane's here. Bane just right-clicks him home. He's going to finish him off with a nuke if necessary, and he will. Ooh, Yoki. Trouble continues to happen here for this Beastmaster in the off lane as he does manage to throw together his level 3 and his Soul Ring recipe. Not even the full Soul Ring. He's going to have to save some money for a TP back to the lane where he is now, taking advantage of some CS under the tower. He needs every little scrap he can get.
Yeah, Yoki... I think the main problem is that he's a Beastmaster, not exactly a strong off-laner currently, but...
Top lane, though, they're making it go. Oh, nice hard dive towards Dread. Puts him into the trees, and they just take him apart very easily with the Wisp, who doesn't even have relocate quite yet. Close to getting his level 6,
mid
but
lane.
easy enough.
Oh, 2 crits in a row, and Alpha Ninja almost bring him down. Resolution
Radiant's
getting
top
some nice
tower is
RNG,
under
but doesn't get the
attack.
kill.
Shaker's going to be
Radiant
forced to
structures
double
are
back all the way to the
fortified.
base, however. With an empty bottle, he can't regen up, so that's more time him out. This allows Bane to kind of take some solo farm in the mid lane, which he can certainly use, only level 3, but can't use this as he's going to get quickly approached as Wisp makes his return to the mid lane. It's just quick work to take down that pesky little low-leveled support that had been haunting the bottom lane enough on their Beastmaster. Now they get a bit of redemption there, and top lane, it just doesn't stop. They're moving on in, they take down Dread again in this top lane, but a rotation to come from Wraith King. They want redemption in their own right. They get a hold of Silent here with the Wraith Fire Blast, but can they right-click him down? Wisp is on it with the Sustain, and they're turning it right back because Resolution shows up. His Majesty will fall without the mana for Reincarnate. He will not be coming back with a second life.
He's in trouble now.
Oh, stun
I don't
flies
think
out,
Earthshaker
but
gets out.
no,
He
this
could
is
go
a
for an
this
echo,
is a
but-
3-on-1, and with the Viper, he's not going anywhere. This is another unnecessary feed, and a big triple kill for Silent. Puts him right onto his mechanism.
Solo was the key hero there. He was the
bottom
MVP of that
tower
fight.
is
He
under
came in to save the Viper. Silent took forever to turn around and fight. I don't know why he didn't turn around sooner, but they'd get all the kills they were going to get anyways, even if he did make a bit of a mistake not turning around right away. So Empire are doing ridiculously well.
bottom
Apart, if you
tower is
ignore their
under
offlaner, everyone is doing fantastic, but even Yoki now, he's suddenly about to hit level 6 just because of the distraction his teammates created. Wraith King left the lane, and he had the lane to himself for a
Radiant's
good
bottom
minute and a
tower
half
is
there
under
just to get that
attack.
level 5.
Space created, I like to say, for the rest of the team, that even though their Beastmaster struggles here on the bottom, it's very apparent that their mid and top lane are just coming out big. You're talking back-to-back takedowns on your Ogre Magi here in the top lane, which brings them a whole lot, and PA and especially Viper benefiting a lot, but they want redemption as they move on forward. Resolution gets caught with the brain sap, but the big relocate save pulls him right back towards the tower, and enough to get away and allow Always Want to Fly to come in with his Witch Doctor to zone them back. Now Witch Doctor not quite level 6 yet, but he's able to quickly heal up anyone nearby, and Solo Man with this Wisp putting in work, showing why Wisp is just such a nice grab to have when you have a Wisp player on your team.
Yeah, I think teams are starting to realize more and more that Wisp is actually still...
He's always what he's
ridiculously
been.
good,
I
yeah.
mean, he's always been a great hero, and you know, just more teams just
Radiant's
continue to take
top
advantage of
tower
them
is
in the
under
right kind of
attack.
lineups and the right kind of situations as things are being discovered, whether it's being able to relocate away from a lasso or just any potential engagement, putting them together with someone like Tiny. It's apparent this hero's
Radiant's
ceiling
top
is just
tower
so
has
big
fallen.
and the potential is just enormous.
It feels like every team should have a Wisp player. It doesn't have to
Absolutely.
be a go-to strat. Like some teams like Secret will be first two picking the Wisp most of the time, but I think almost every team should have at least some practice with a Wisp plus one dual lane. A lot of it, but the problem is you can't just have a Wisp player. You also have to have like a Wisp pair, because like having that synergy between your carry player and your Wisp player needs to work. Like Secret have that perfect synergy between Notel and Kuro.
Absolutely. And Silent can work with it
Radiant's
as well. You
middle
know,
tower
Silent's
is under
normally like a
attack.
gyrocopter kind of a player, and they have a bit of synergy there, but I have to agree. It's going to be either Resolution's PA or that gyro kind of a grab that would work for Solo. But for now, I mean, they continue to just bring in dominance. They do eat a fish here. Solo could be in trouble, but here's Viper going to town on Wraith King, and this is supposed to be your core Wraith King, mind you, and Silent is just going to town and making it look easy. Meanwhile, it is going to be Batrider who actually gets a catch off there on Resolution. They take down the first life of the Wraith King in the meantime because Silent's just having free will to go to their core. Now the Death Ward is going to be dropped as the rest of everyone moves through for Compass Gaming. They want to get hold of someone. Flamebreak does push them back, but it looks like at the end of it, Silent's unable to take down the Wraith King, so they end up losing to their Wisp PA combo behind the tower, and KPG invests a lot into just getting that.
It was a bit awkward, like the fight was kind of split up, so they
Yeah.
couldn't really focus anyone down, and the PA and the Wisp got caught by their lonesome selves and just focused down too fast, and the rest of the team was kind of zoned out by the Wraith King. Wraith King just TP'd in such a spot that Empire couldn't really group up and do
Radiant's
anything
middle
as five.
tower is under attack.
And
It's
Silent
still
couldn't let him get in on the action either.
Reincarnation on
Radiant
cooldown for
structures
2
are
minutes 60
fortified.
seconds, that's pretty huge, and Empire,
Yeah.
even though they lose two there, including a core hero in their PA, they bounce back, take a tier 1,
Radiant's middle
and they can
tower
take
has fallen.
next 2 to 3 minutes, there's no Wraith King ultimate, which is huge, because that was the problem in that fight. They saw the Wraith King TP in, and if he had no reincarnation, they just burst him down and then run past where he was to help out the Wisp PA, but
They might even consider going for Roche. I mean, they ping it on out. They have the creeps to kind of help out, and the Hawk rather to scout out the area to see.
I think they
but-
want that like RNG DD rune first, maybe.
Yeah.
They haven't got the... They've got enough damage, but they haven't got like the fastest Roshan killing lineup that you'd like to see.
So Wraith King's trying to pull together a bit of farm after he's invested into this Midas and has Power Grad's Embracer, which could be just the early start of drums, but I mean, do you think a Blink Dagger has to be one of the more essential items he picks up first even before he grabs a hold of any sort of damage?
Yeah, I think Blink into Blade Mail's pretty strong here. Sure, it doesn't. You haven't really got much. Neither is like your late
Radiant's
game
bottom
potential Wraith
tower
King,
is
but
under
he just wants to fight early.
They know Resolution's up here behind the tower. They have this nice ward here, still scouting out the area, but whether or not they can pull the trigger on making that kind of a dive. But this tower up, it could be a lot of TPs coming in, plus
Dire's
your
middle tower
Wisp, if they
is
don't know
under
he's there,
attack.
could relocate in with someone. Beastmaster's here already as
Radiant's
well with his
bottom
ultimate ready to
tower is
go.
under attack.
I don't think KPG can really take this
Radiant
kind of engagement, and
structures
they're
are
already pulling back.
fortified.
And problem is they're losing another
Dire's
tower
middle
bottom
tower
lane. They
is
just,
under attack.
And they could lose their Batrider here. Relocate comes on through. They see Bane. They make what looks like a move towards him, but then they jump back. They see Gorok instead, and they think that's the better target, which it is. They get a hold of him and quickly take it down. They do use the Death Ward for it, but that's just going to be a quick in-and-out job, it looks like, from PA and Wisp, and they return back to the top
well,
lane.
they know Wisp and PA aren't here anymore. They may actually go for kills on Viper/Witch Doctor if possible.
Bane's not 6 yet, unfortunately. He still doesn't even have Fiend's Grip to work with, but Ray Fire Blast might be there, and it is. It connects on fly, and yeah, your support Witch Doctor is going to go down, as it looks like Silence trying to make his way out. He might put himself in the corner and quickly TP. He will, and they won't be there to catch up.
Yeah, so lose the Witch Doctor, no big deal.
He got a tower.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got a tower. The Batrider kill, I mean, it's a core hero, I guess, but he has his Blink Dagger, so I'd say it's kind of a slightly better trade for Empire, but the tower obviously tips it well in their favor.
Here we go by mid lane, though. An ult going to be called out from Yoki, trying to lock him in place while the rotations are coming in. And coming in from behind is going to be Silent on that Viper. And they might go right for Afro Ninja. They will be able to burst him down. Now Wisp adds in the extra bit of damage. They quickly clean out two, and just the perfect nice little segue to move over to the Roche Pit and battle it on out with a haste rune nearby. That's going to be a nice grab as well.
Alright, so enough space to take Roshan very comfortably.
Yeah.
Gorak still just on the Blink Dagger, no Force Staff to go with that on the bat, which means trying to contest this is just near impossible.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Easy Roche, easy life right now. They'll grab it up, and it looks like Wraith King actually is going to pick up the early
Roshan has
Maelstrom
fallen to the
before
dead.
going for any sort of high mobility here. So I have to say, man, that leaves more pressure on their initiation game, you know, for
Yeah.
Gorak to kind of bring it together so Wraith King can get in there, because trying to break through a Viper, the stun, the cask, and everything, it's going to be hard to try to find a target here if you are a Wraith King. Or maybe he's just holding it for farm for now. I mean, he needs to get some extra levels up. Now has level 2 in his reincarnation. He might wait a bit before engaging in some fights.
Yeah, it's very much oriented toward like getting to a late game Wraith
Yeah.
King. He can push out lanes a lot faster and farm quicker with the Maelstrom,
Yeah.
combined with the Midas. So the fact he gets this over a Blink makes me think he's just not going to go Blink at all and just go Mjolnir into maybe something like a... I don't know if he needs BKB so much this game, but maybe some kind of survivability
Other
item.
Wraith Kings used to go for typically something like an armlet right off the bat, but I guess he's just not feeling it. He's not feeling the extra bit of life and damage in that right click. Instead, is favoring in more wave clearing and being able to burst out damage amongst others. But top lane, Witch Doctor kind of sees the fiery trail as Bat Rider does make his slip out from this top lane position. He's trying to build towards his own little toolkit, grabbing a hold of that Force Staff for more mobility's sake. And bottom lane, though, we might see, oh, they scout out Wraith King, throw out the dagger
Radiant's
here.
bottom tower
But they don't know
is
if
under
anyone's
attack.
behind him, so they're not looking to engage. Solo is nearby just in case. Constantly by PA's aid, in case
Yeah,
anyone makes the
this-
jump or they want to relocate elsewhere.
Not a good time to be fighting if you're KPG. The Aegis
No.
Battle Fury on Resolution, combined with the fact he's got level 2 ultimate now, means his damage output's going to be insane.
Alright, Bat Rider circling like a vulture, thinking he can make a jump in here, but who do you grab a hold of? Maybe just a quick kidnap job here on your Witch Doctor, but grabbing Viper could take a lot of muscle to take him down. Viper's actually going for a Necro book. He's got level 2 Necro here.
And some I think he saw Wraith King pick up the Maelstrom and he's like, this is
Mana
pretty
reduction.
greedy,
Yeah.
so let's...
Oh, Gorik
let's
gets
burn
caught
him.
out very easily. The huge crit makes it all the easier as Resolution and Solo, powerhouse duo, quickly take him down, and now looking to press forward is Empire. They're trying to quickly burn down Alpha Ninja, gets taken down. The cast stops his TP, but I think the burst would have been more than enough as they also lose their core Earthshaker. This is just a support Earthshaker. That's a big loss as well as they fall 5-14, your new hero score, and they're just cleaning up this tier 2 tower. It looks like no defense is going to be there from KPG. This is a fight they can't take. They haven't been ready to take a real fight in quite a while, and it would take quite a while longer before they would be.
Yeah. Bat Rider not having a
Radiant's
full
top
staff makes
tower has
defending
fallen.
very difficult, because when there's a 4-5-man enemy push coming your way, you can't just blink lasso in without a full staff to push you away from those enemy heroes. You just die instantly. Even with a full staff, you're at risk of getting roared before you properly can get away. So
Radiant's top tower
this
under
is
attack.
really tricky for KPG. Arts going for this greedy and Maelstrom is
Dire's
being
bottom
punished
tower
right now.
is under
They can't
attack.
fight without a Blink Wraith King initiation. He's on with Reincarnation to who needs to start a fight, and Alpha Ninja. Just gonna
Oh,
die
multi
here.
though on Resolution, though he still has that Aegis to use. He's happy to kind of go into the fray and get anyone he can before he falls. And they take down Earthshaker again. Back-to-back takedowns for him. This is an Earthshaker who has yet to even get a Blink Dagger. That puts him even further off, only at 1300 gold. He was damn near close before, but he is way off right now. And he also went phase boots too, which is a whole nother story. I mean, I've always been a big advocate of going for the power treads
Yeah.
because you know, the enchant totem, when you max it up, is based off your your stat, not necessarily the bonus damage from the item. So you can get up to like 40 bonus damage with an enchant totem, and you can still power toggle them with the extra mana. But phase boot seems to be the grab, and he's getting very, very punished. Look at this Wraith King just get right click down the Orb Walk exhibition coming out from Silent as they create enough space to finish off that tier 3. It's all Empire all day.
Yep. Necro 3 now purchased by Silent, so that's going to be coming out soon.
man.
BKB on the PA. So this Aegis is about to expire in 1 minute, but it'll be instantly replaced by a BKB. And Empire probably happy to go for another high ground push, even with the Aegis expiring.
Absolutely. And that Necro 3, if they get it on Wraith King, he is not going to be coming back
Yeah.
for a round 2. And that's
It's-
devastating at this point. He's been investing a lot of money. At this point, he does not
This
have a
should make my
buyback.
life
So when he
easier.
goes down, he's down for good. And if they lose him near the base, that's just an easy set of racks here for Empire.
Normally Viper is like, you're kind of worried about how squishy it is if you go for an item like this, but with Mech and with the Voodoo Restoration heal, with the Wisp heals, he's going to be just fine. That big Ancient stack gets cleared. Resolution just finds himself like 1200 gold from a triple or quad Ancient stack.
Mech also potentially being... No, it's not Mech. It's going to be the Crimson Guard grab, it looks like here for Solo on your Wisp, you know. So any additional damage that could be coming out, I guess, from your Wraith King is going to be brought back just a little bit more here. Is you know,
Yeah.
well, why not? A little bit extra durability doesn't hurt,
Yeah, I
certainly,
think-
but we might see an all-or-nothing play here from KPG. They are gathered up. Where's our smoke? There it is. Let's blaze it up, boys. The purple stuff popped out right now, and it's time to see if we can go for a bit of a grab on our own right, because we are in dire straits as far as getting a kill and getting a bit of momentum on our side.
Oh, and if Solo's positioned well, he can just relocate Resolution. Resolution may just BKB, for one thing.
Yeah.
If not, there's the relocate. I think KPG have a pretty good
Radiant's
idea that
bottom
there's a good
tower
chance
is under
Empire are trying to
attack.
farm their neutrals, but they'll quickly see, oh, that's actually not the case. Both the big and the medium camp are still there, so they're not going to find anything.
I thought Resolution might have showed himself in the creep wave there. I
Ooh,
think they ping it
that's-
out. They're heading towards bottom, and uh-oh. Wraith King shows up. They jump on through, and if they got a hold of Resolution, it was one thing. But Solo able to tether away towards Resolution, who's like, I'm ready to brawl. Looking to move on in. Big damage on Batrider, but he's able to quickly fly on out. They have yet to take anyone down. Still living. Big Echo Slam jump in, but it's not going to be enough. Afo Ninja ends up falling. Buyback from the Wisp will allow him to relocate right back into the fray as they already have taken down 2. Wraith King will fall. They couldn't quite get the mana all the way down as he is able to pop right back up, but he should be able to take a knee once more, and he goes down. That's 3 down all day for Compass Gaming at the expense of only a Wisp, and now another Necro Book being thrown together from your Beastmaster. The Zoo strat is very much real.
That's like worst case, like you'd think that's like worst case scenario for KPG. They have 3 heroes, 2 squishy supports in the PA, caught out by a 5-man Smoke King. They've got Grip to deal with the PA BKB. The 2 squishy supports should just die instantly, but they didn't. Wisp stayed alive for so damn long before he finally died, and that was just not the outcome KPG were hoping for with that Smoke King.
Went in
Now-
there, they even used their Echo
Radiant's
Slam
bottom
and
tower
everything,
has
but
fallen.
they just, it took so much to even take down a pesky little support,
Radiant's
and
bottom
they
barracks
lost so
are
much
under
instead, and now it's for an easy
Radiant's
Rax right here. Glyph is
Bottom,
going to
maybe
be...
mid-Raxes too.
Dread is dancing nearby, but he can't even get quite close enough. Only throws out an Ignite because there's the gap closing ability. Resolution moves in. That BKB is going to prevent Dread from getting anything off, but not the lasso. They pull him back into the fountain, but he does Blink Strike back out and gets away from any sort of engagement. And
All right.
well, they're going to be able to finish out this Rax before they part. And I don't think there's anything that Compass Gaming can do to stop him. I mean, they're considering it. Blinking forward is the bat, but he doesn't have that lasso. And you know what? Empire's like, hey, you want to get careless? We'll go in and we'll just kind of end the game right now. They take down Dread. They throw out the Beastmaster ultimate, finish off the bat, who's forced to buy back instead. Got him. Now forced into a corner. Wraith King falls again. And I got to say, this has to be over. Compass Gaming are just crumbling in their own base. And Empire, with just so much good farm to start out, they had taken control of both the mid and the top lane from what Compass Gaming had brought forward. Sure, they got a lot done towards that Beastmaster, but
Radiant's middle
it doesn't matter at this
attack.
point.
Yeah, and Beastmaster is one of those heroes who can just do a lot with little farm. Like, he's just giving his team such great map control with the Hawk. He's got the Necro Books. Even just a singular point in the aura helps out a lot with his pushing power there.
Has
So,
fallen.
well, Earthshaker just got crushed. Afro Ninja did
Radiant's
not have a
top
good
tower
game.
is under attack.
That to me is the biggest problem. Like, they had plenty of time to discuss and figure out who they want to send mid against this Wisp +1. And
Yeah, I was going to say, because they knew the Wisp more than likely was going to be mid.
I guess
and,
Afro Ninja was like, told his team, like, look guys, I'm confident Earthshaker will do well. I've got Totem.
I mean, I don't know if they were thinking it would be a tiny or something. Like, oh, Earthshaker might do better there, but I think regardless he would have had a hard time. But they tried to make it work. Unfortunately, it will not. And with that said, it's going to be Empire who managed to come out on top of this one. A win they definitely needed. Now puts them up to 3-4. Moscow 5, who already were at 3-4, will now fall to 3-5, and they are in very scary territory. Not Moscow 5, sorry. They went against Compass Gaming. Compass Gaming 3-4. Oh, same thing. We'll also go to 3-5. So with one more loss, they could be in a position where they won't be able to come back from, unfortunately. So with that said, we will be moving on to our next game of the day, our 4th matchup here, and this should be a good one. It's going to be Compass Gaming again, a doubleheader, actually a triple header already, as they're going to be taking on Team Tinker after their recent journey through Star Ladder. They're going to come back and look strong as ever. Hopefully they didn't party too hard, though. If you did like what you heard, catch me over on my Twitter at Coddle Guy. The guy joining me, of course, that's Gods. Catch him on his Twitter at BTS Gods. A pleasure as always, folks. We'll go to a small break and be back for game number 4.